Many of you, myself included, being a huge fan of the romance genre leaves us wanting more. Welcome back guys to Anime Dynasty, and today we have the top 10 best high school romance anime. Please give us a thumbs up if you like this video and subscribe to the channel for more content. So, let's get on to the list. Starting off our list, we have Anonymous Noise. Every day, a young girl wearing a mask stands by the beach and sings a nostalgic melody. After experiencing two sudden heart-wrenching partings when she was only a child, Nino has been singing her songs to the ocean, bound by a promise made with her two childhood friends, Momo Sakaki and Kanade Yuzu. Having never met each other, the boys both individually promised that if Nino were ever separated from them, her voice would be a beacon to reunite them once again. After 6 long years, destiny has finally placed Nino, Momo, and Yuzu in the same high school. However, the passage of time has changed many things in their lives. While Nino relentlessly attempts to fulfill her childhood promise with the boys, Yuzu's feelings for her from the past resurface, and Momo goes to great lengths to prevent a reunion with Nino.
キスしたわ。
Next up, we have Yamada-kun and the Seven Witches. When Ryu Yamada entered high school, he wanted to turn over a new leaf and lead a productive school life. He is soon bored. Now a second year, Ryu has reverted to his old ways, lazy with abysmal grades and always getting into fights. One day, back from yet another office visit, Ryu encounters Urara, a beautiful honor student. A misstep causes them both to tumble down the stairs, ending in an accidental kiss. The pair then discover that they can switch bodies with a kiss, an ability which will prove to be both convenient and troublesome. Learning of their new power, Miyamura, a student council officer, and the single member of the Supernatural Studies Club, recruits them for the club. Coming up next, we have Surezure Children. Young love. It takes many unique and fascinating forms that flourish as children begin to mature into adults. From being unable to confess to not knowing what real love actually feels like, various obstacles can arise when learning about romantic attraction for the first time. But underneath all that, young love is something truly beautiful to behold, leading to brand new experiences for those young and in love. Surezure Children depicts various scenarios of young love coming to fruition, along with all the struggles and joys that it entails.
俺の口臭くないかな。唇も荒れてるかも。つうか俺汗とか大丈夫？今日履いてるパンツ何柄だっけ？あ、火が出たらどうしようって。あ、乳首の毛抜いとけば。無反応。
Up next we have Blue Spring Ride. Futaba used to be an attractive and popular middle schooler, well liked by the opposite sex but ostracized by the girls. Nevertheless, she was able to brush all that off, because the only opinion that truly mattered to her was that of Ko Tanaka. She even succeeded at making plans to meet with the quiet and innocent boy at the summer festival. But a simple misunderstanding, and Tanaka's subsequent disappearance, left her walking the halls of her school friendless. Now in high school, Futaba is not your typical adolescent girl. Determined to become a class favorite this time, she avoids all unwanted attention, and instead of acting cute and feminine, only stands out through her tomboyish behavior and disheveled look. But still, her world is soon turned upside down when the only boy she ever liked unexpectedly comes into her life once again. Next up on the list we have Bloom Into You. Yu Koito has always been entranced with romantic shoujo manga and the lyrics of love songs. She patiently awaits for the wings of love to sprout. Yet, when her classmate from junior high declares his love for her during their graduation, she feels unexpectedly hollow. Then the realization hits her. She understands romance as a concept, but she's incapable of experiencing the feeling firsthand. Now, having enrolled in high school, Yu, disconcerted and dispirited, is still ruminating over how to respond to her suitor. There, she happens upon the seemingly flawless student council president, Toko Nanami, maturely rejecting a confession of her own. Stirred by Toko's elegant manner, Yu approaches her for advice, only to be bewildered when the president confesses to her. Yu quickly finds herself in the palm of Toko's hand, and unknowingly sets herself on a path to find the emotion which has long eluded her.
ずっと一緒に
Next up on the list, we have Gekkan Shoujo Nozaki-kun. Chiyo Sakura is a cheerful high school girl who has fallen head over heels for the oblivious Nozaki. Much to Chiyo's confusion, when she confesses to her beloved Nozaki, he hands her an unfamiliar autograph. As it turns out, the stoic teenage boy is actually a respected shoujo mangaka, publishing under the pen name Sakiko Yumeno. A series of misunderstandings leads to Chiyo becoming one of Nozaki's manga assistants. The anime follows Chiyo as she strives to help Nozaki with his manga and hopes that he will eventually notice her feelings.
なんでつねったよ。そうか、お前怖いのが嫌いなんだっけ。
Next up we have High Score Girl. The year is 1991, and arcade games are the latest craze. Becoming a professional gamer is a far-fetched dream in an industry that has yet to spread its influence. Yet, that's the path that 6th grader Haruo wants to pursue. His aptitude for video games has earned him respect in local arcades and bestowed him with confidence and pride. Both of which are shattered when fellow classmate Akira easily defeats him in Street Fighter 2. Akira is rich, pretty, and smart, as close as can be to a perfect girl. But Haruo had never cared about these things, as despite his multiple shortcomings as a person, his supremacy in video games was, in his mind, undisputed. So now that someone has appeared who can rival him, part of Haruo can't help but loathe her.
ブラヒモあれ
すいません私ブラしてなくて
Now we have Welcome to the Ballroom. Tatara is a shy middle schooler who has no particular plan for the future. He has gotten through life by avoiding any kind of confrontation and blending in with the crowd. But blending in isn't enough to get out of trouble, as some bullies harass him for money. Luckily, he is saved by a man named Kaname. Kaname invites Tatara to his dance studio. Although he would normally never set foot in such a place, Tatara is captivated by Sengoku's commanding presence. Granted an opportunity to dance with fellow classmate Shizuku Hanaoka, who often practices at the studio, Tatara realizes there's something about the idea of being put in the limelight and dancing where people will see him that keeps him coming back.
っていうかほんと何もかも急すぎ
Coming right up, we have Engaged to the Unidentified. Just an ordinary teenager, Kobeni Yonomori receives quite the surprise on her 16th birthday. A fiancé and a sister-in-law she never even knew she had. As a result of an arrangement her late grandfather made.
ずっと隠してるだろう何 何するんだ急におやイチャイチャしてま
Hakuya Mitsumine and his younger sister Mashiro have moved from their countryside home to the Yonomori household in order to deepen their relationship with their new family members. It follows Kobeni's love life with Hakuya as she tries her best to adjust to the abrupt changes forced upon her.
りっちゃん聴かせたい曲があるんだ
On top of the list we have Kids on the Slope. Introverted classical pianist and top student Kaoru has just arrived in Kyushu for his first year of high school. Having constantly moved from place to place since his childhood, he abandons all hope of fitting in. preparing himself for another lonely, meaningless year. That is, until he encounters the notorious delinquent Sentaru. Sentaru's immeasurable love for jazz music inspires Kaoru to learn more about the genre, and as a result, he slowly starts to break out of his shell, making his very first friend. Kaoru begins playing the piano at after-school jazz sessions, located in the basement of fellow student Ritsuko's family-owned record shop. As he discovers the immense joy of using his musical talents to bring enjoyment to himself and others, Kaoru's summer might just crescendo into one that he'll remember forever.